But you understand, we do have one game left to play. Hey, fantastic. Every single one of you. I mean, I'm not just talking about these last 60 minutes. I'm talking about the quarterback schools, the mini camp, the off-season, the training camp, down in Austin when it was hot and you were tired, the whole bit. Everybody, you did one hell of a job. And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
Yo, Cowboy fans only. Yo, look, this is for the Cowboy fans. 8th wonder Jerry's World, yeah, we crowd those stands. Dak, he gon' spin it like a fan. And you know ID coming with it, Coach Quinn got the plan, yeah. This is for the Cowboy fans. 8th wonder Jerry's World, yeah, we crowd those stands. Dak, he gon' spin it like a fan. Yo. And you know ID coming with it, Coach Quinn got the plan. It's time to eat, off tackle or the sweep. Behind Teron and Collins, ain't no problem feeding Zeke. And Dak lick his chops when he see D-Lamb deep. You know 88 tradition that repeat. Coop route like Irvin, watch for Cedric in the slot. See us try to gallop to the end zone, they can't stop. Dalton up the seam, Jarwin carving up your team. Tony Pollard, X Factor, Kellen Moore with the scheme. We applying pressure with Lawrence and Gregory. QB's getting sacked, can't relax, rehab therapy. Micah got a hit list, Jalen Smith hit stick. No escaping, Leighton got him, Trayvon with the pick six, dig that. Kazi go kamikaze, the defense is solid. Find me in Dallas at Jerry's Palace among stars. Screaming Cowboy fans only, yeah. Screaming Cowboy fans only. This is for the Cowboy fans. 8th wonder Jerry's World, yeah, we crowd those stands. Dak, he gon' spin it like a fan. And you know ID coming with it, Coach Quinn got the plan, yeah. This is for the Cowboy fans. 8th wonder Jerry's World, yeah, we crowd those stands. Dak, he gon' spin it like a fan. And you know ID coming with it, Coach Quinn got the plan. Shout out J Tuck. Subscribe to his YouTube page, Cowboy Fans Only. CowboysFansOnly.com for all your merchandise. Cowboys stand up.
What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy J Tuck. Vikings fans, not today. Real Cowboys fans, stand up. And you are now tuned into the Cowboys Fans Only channel. So if you're new, do your boy a huge favor. Comment, like, share, and subscribe, and turn the notification bell to stay updated with all Dallas Cowboys content, man. I appreciate all the support. Like my guy 1988, I'm gonna keep sharing this, y'all. He says y'all need to hit that damn like button. This channel never shows up on my feed, so go ahead and get those likes up, man. And also Facebook, man. Facebook is acting weird right now, y'all, so I can't share. So if y'all can do me a huge favor and share, if you're able to see this on Facebook, share it to the groups, share it everywhere else, because the Meta, they're not letting me share the page anymore. They're doing all sorts of stuff weird with Facebook. So people who normally get to see our channel and be able to be in the comments, they can't get it because I can't share it no more for some whatever rare reason, man. So if that can do me a huge favor, go ahead and hit that share button if you're on Facebook for me. But I appreciate all the support. And also on Twitter, salute to my Twitter fam. We have just hit 6,000 subscribers. We are 6,000 strong on the Cowboys Nation CFO Gang Army. So I appreciate all the support. And also, of course, CowboysFansOnly.com. But it's game day, Cowboys fam. I know a lot of us, we got kids, we're fathers, we're mothers, right? We got to go trick-or-treating. We got, face paint and all sorts of weird stuff we got to do. But besides that, on today's Halloween, we got a game tonight, man. So we're gonna dive into the game. Also, what I really wanted to do for today's show, man, is really just turn on the phone line, man, because it's game day. So I want y'all to call in and chime in and holler at your boy, man. Get your thoughts. I'm not gonna keep y'all on for too late tonight or today, because I know we got a lot to do, man. Like, you got a lot to do, man. I still ain't bought no damn candy, y'all. Like, to be honest with you, I ain't bought no candy. I ain't got no costume. I ain't got none of that, man. So your boy is running behind the 8-ball right now, man. Candace Troy, what's up? Stingers up, man. ESU in the building. I see my guy Troy in the house. What's going on? John Flores, what's going on? Robert's in the house, bro. Mike Moore, what's going on, man? He says time to lock in and focus. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about this game, man. Like I said, go ahead and call in, man. I just want to talk to y'all real quick. But yeah, today's game is going to be interesting, Cowboys fam, to be honest with y'all, because the news with Dak Prescott, we really do not know. Now, I'm going to say this with a grain of salt, because I know how fickle some people can get. Like, oh, Tuck, you said Dak was going to play, and now he's not playing. Like, I don't know everything, man. I do talk to people. I do talk to people who have connections, so I share that with you, but I can't make no damn guarantees, y'all. You know what I'm saying? If it's up to me, Dak Prescott will be playing today, but I cannot make guarantees. So last night I talked to a few people. So when it comes to Dak Prescott, it sounds like this. It's going to be a last-minute decision. We will not know until we know, right? So what everyone has been saying, from what I've been hearing, it sounds like Dak is going there with the intent to actually play. But how he trains, how he's feeling today, how he's feeling tonight will determine if he's going to be out on that field. And so we're really going to have to sit tight and just wait and see. Now, I said this. I've had a calf strain. I had it last month. And here's what I want to say about a calf strain, y'all. It don't care about your timeline. It doesn't. I got a calf strain just running on the treadmill. I got in my 4 miles a day. But I was running the treadmill. All of a sudden, my calf was just like, I cannot press off of my calf. And so I was out, I would say about 4 to 5 days where I could not run. I couldn't do anything on that calf. And so what happened was 5 days later, I felt great. And I was able to run back on the treadmill. I was feeling great. And then lo and behold, if you follow me closely on Instagram and everything, I had a spider. No, I kid you not. I had a spider in my gym. And I jumped to hit that spider, and it felt like someone just shot me in my calf, bro. And so it's like with calves, they are sneaky injuries. You just never know. Now, where we have to really be careful is, we all know Dak Prescott, man. Dak Prescott is a competitor. He's a warrior. He is going to want to play tonight versus Minnesota. So how bad is it really? What we really know is going to be if Dak Prescott is going to be honest. Because we all play, we've been athletes, we play sports. You know, the coach will ask you, hey, can you go? Like, yeah, I can go. Meanwhile, you're running and you're pretty much biting on your mouthpiece because you're in pain, but you want to be out there for your team. And so I feel like it really depends on if Dak is going to be honest and say, pre-game when he's doing the workout, like, nah, man, this don't feel right. I cannot go. But if me knowing Dak, I feel like he is going to want to go out there. So it's going to be interesting to see. But like I said, it's going to be a coin flip whether he's going to be out there. If I had to put money on it, I would say that you will see Dak Prescott give it a go tonight. That's just where I'm at with it. I feel like just seeing his sentiments, seeing how he's been walking, like, yeah, just like Robert said, he seemed to be walking good yesterday, getting on the plane. Like I said, we showed the pictures when he was out having Halloween celebrations last. He doesn't seem like a guy that's in pain. Now, I know the Cowboys have said they do have he had some soreness, but everybody's going to have some soreness. And what really led me to believe that Dak is going to give it a go? Tyron Smith, who's had some ailments with the ankle, he is going to be playing tonight as well. So, you know, if you're really going to go and kind of say, all right, we need to rest, we don't need to worry about this game, we can afford the risk and kind of go load management in football and go with Cooper Rush, which I personally don't believe in, they wouldn't put Tyron Smith out there as well because he's just as formidable and you know, and is important as Dak Prescott, you know. So I think that Dak Prescott is going to give it a go, but it remains to be unseen. It's going to be a game time decision. So I'm torn. And a lot of people's been having this conversation on Twitter. Like, no, Tuck, I don't want Dak playing tonight. I don't want to risk it. I want, he to be ready for next game or versus the Broncos and versus the Falcons and versus the Chiefs. And selfishly, as a fan, I would agree with that sentiment because I'm going to all the games in November and I want Dak Prescott out there. I'm not in Minnesota right now, so I can care less if he really plays from a fan perspective. But for the continuity of this team and what's best for this team, we have to go into every game with the mindset to win the game, right? We've been on a win streak. We had some close calls. You do not want to disrupt the momentum of this team at all. And so if Dak Prescott can go, then Dak Prescott needs to be out on the field. I am not a fan of load management at the NBA level, the NFL level. Y'all know me. I didn't like when we pulled out Diggs versus the Panthers and set him down. Like, nah, players play, and it's just something you have to do, especially when you have the momentum that we currently have right now, because one little thing can disrupt it. And what Cowboys fans have to understand, we are not just playing to win the division. A lot of people saying, Tuck, with this division, we can rest our starters. We're still going to have the lead. I get that. But understand, just winning the NFC East, that is a small stepping stone. That's not going to cut it for me. And I know the kind of fans that you guys are, that's not going to cut it for you either. Would you guys be satisfied if we just won the NFC East but lost in the first round of the playoffs? You wouldn't. So we have to think long term. And so getting bye weeks, getting home field advantage, playing particular teams that favor with us better versus teams that don't favor us better, that all makes sense. And how do you handle that? By winning football games. You put your pedal to the floor, you don't look back, and you let it all sort out, man. So I am a big proponent of just winning football games and do not disrupt the momentum that this team has, which I think you got to keep Dak Prescott. If he's able to go, he has to give it a go, but that remains to be seen. So here's the question that I got asked. I was just on a show. Salute to my guy that had me on. Tuck, if Dak doesn't give it a go tonight, how do you feel? How do you feel? Well, if Dak doesn't give it a go tonight, then I say trick or treat. Y'all take y'all kids around the neighborhood. Y'all stock up on candy. Y'all focus on family tonight, because me personally, I'm not confident. And here's where Twitter erupts, y'all. Oh, well, you're not a real Cowboys fan. You don't believe in the offense. You don't believe in it. No, we are not going to do that to me, and I'm not going to do that to any of y'all, because go back, check the footage, run it back to last year. When we played the Minnesota Vikings without Dak Prescott, I had the morning show, and I showed that clip 100 times on this channel, versus the Vikings guy, where I felt confident even without Dak Prescott, the Cowboys was going to win that game. But why did I feel confident that we were going to win that game? Because we had a competent quarterback with some NFL experience, who's played in playoff games, who's played in big playoff games before, who's played in, big seasons in the AFC North before. So we had a competent quarterback in Andy Dalton. So I feel like Andy Dalton could keep things afloat and definitely beat the Minnesota Vikings as they stood last year. But ladies and gents, we don't have that this year. And if you go back to the preseason, all of you, when we sat back and we were watching preseason live with my family Star Gang and everywhere across the board, what were we all saying? We need a backup quarterback. We need a backup quarterback. We need a backup quarterback. And I'm sorry to inform y'all, we do not have a backup quarterback. Now, I'm sure Cooper Rush is a great guy. I'm sure Cooper Rush is familiar with the playbook, right? But he has never started an NFL game in his life. Me and Cooper Rush have started the same amount of NFL games. And so just how are you supposed to be confident that he can get the job done, especially from what we saw in the preseason? Because honestly, y'all, and correct me if I'm wrong, did Cooper Rush really stand out in preseason? We're like, oh, he's the clear out winner. Honestly, I still to this day do not know how he beat out Garrett Gilbert. I feel like Garrett Gilbert was ultimately the better quarterback in the preseason. And so we're going into this situation where, It doesn't make sense. Now, Mike Tag, salute to my guy Mike Tag, and definitely follow his channel, subscribe to his channel. You've seen him with the Man Cave, the Hype Man. Definitely give him a follow on his channel. Mike, go ahead and post your channel in the chat, man, so everyone can find you. But he says, remember that name, Matt Flynn, and what he was against the Cowboys. Yeah, I remember that game, right? So Mike McCarthy has had these games versus us with these backup quarterbacks where he's fared well. Now, I will say this to kind of give the coaching staff their flowers. Even if you go back to last year when Andy Dalton had the concussion, right? And we had to play with Garrett Gilbert versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we also had DiNucci Maine versus the Eagles. They played decent, but ultimately, we didn't win those games. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really talking about from the winning aspect. Can we win with Cooper Rush? Absolutely. We can win this game on any given Sunday with Cooper Rush, but is it pretty much with both hands tied behind our back? Actually, both hands and both legs tied behind our back? Absolutely, because it diminishes the value of this offense, which is our strongest standpoint. Because, as I said this week prior, when you go back and you watch the Minnesota Vikings, right? They play a lot of zone covers. They play 2 high safety, cover 2, right? They keep those guys deep. I felt like it was going to be a smash and dash. Yeah, that's the new nickname I'm rolling with. Salute to my guy on Twitter. He gave Pollard and Zeke this new nickname, and I'm like, damn it, that's it. Smash and dash. When it comes to Zeke and Pollard, I felt like they were going to have a big game. But I felt like Dak Prescott was going to be on the field. So when you take away Dak Prescott, what ultimately happens? All right, everybody, let's move up in the box a little bit. Right, everybody come up, Xavier Woods come up, everybody just move it up a little bit, and what they're going to try to do is take away the run game until Cooper Rush can prove otherwise that he can make throws and beat them. And do I have the confidence that he can get that done? Nah. Now maybe Cooper Rush will have his one shining moment for all my March Madness people, right? And he'll play lights out and he'll be able to do that versus the Vikings. But as of right now, I haven't seen anything in the history of Cooper Rush being here at Dallas, from him going to New York and getting released to coming back to Dallas and playing in preseason and watching Cooper Rush in camp. I haven't seen anything that can give me that confidence in him. Honestly, I would be more excited about Will Grier starting this game than I am about Cooper Rush. You know? But it just shows the ego with the Cowboys, which I don't like, because before last year, the Cowboys have really never had a competent backup quarterback. And I said this on Twitter. I remember vividly back when the Rams were here in St. Louis. I took my son to his very first Cowboys game. And no, it wasn't that game. It was before that. But actually, it was when Romo was down and we had Brad Johnson, right, as our backup quarterback. And me being a starry-eyed, Kool-Aid drinking Cowboys fan, I had a big, huge sign that said, "In Brad Johnson, I trust." Goofy, because I wanted to believe that Brad Johnson could get the job done and he could win this game. It wasn't happening. Right? I've been there when Jerry Jones says Brandon Whedon throws one of the prettiest deep balls he's ever seen. So we've been there as Cowboys fans. So that's why last year was a breath of fresh air, even though, Dak got hurt and ultimately the season went down as soon as he went down versus New York. At least we had a quarterback that can keep things competitive, right? But as of right now, I just don't believe that Cooper Rush would be that guy. That if Dak, let's say for instance, Dak wanted to say, you know what? I want to fully heal. I'm going to take the next 3 games off. I don't feel that Cooper Rush is capable to get us through tonight, the Broncos, and the Falcons. I just don't. Maybe he will prove me wrong, but at this point, from what I've seen historically from Cooper Rush, I just don't see that he can do that. So it's going to be interesting to see how things work out. Now, I'll say this, and I just said this a moment ago. Dak Prescott is the Instagram filter, right? Dak Prescott's the Instagram filter. If you guys are on Instagram, you ever see someone's kind of decent, they take a photo, they look kind of decent, but then they put that filter on and everything looks so much better. That's what Dak Prescott is to this team. And so without Dak tonight, we are really going to see, all right, is our offensive line what we think it is? Is Terrence Steele really that guy at right tackle that we can move on from Lyle Collins? Or is it that we just have a capable quarterback in Dak Prescott that's getting rid of the ball quickly that makes Terrence Steele looks a lot better, right? Is this defense really as good as we think it is? Or is Dak Prescott and this offense carrying all the dead weight? So we are really going to see, if Dak is not playing tonight, what we really are. And maybe this is what we need. That's the one positive I will take away from that of Dak possibly being out. Salute to my mama Tuck in the building. She says sign Cam Newton. I said sign Cam Newton. Everybody jumped me online. They don't want Cam Newton. They want Josh Rosen. But I'll say the one positive that can come from that, and I saw it happen in Kansas City, their Super Bowl year, right? Pat Mahomes went down, Matt Moore stepped up, but when Matt Moore came in for the Chiefs, it forced the defense to play better because they didn't have that security blanket of knowing that Pat Mahomes was going to get them out of everything. So if we do have to roll with Cooper Rush, I feel like it's going to ignite our defense to have to play better because they know they cannot give up 30 plus points and our offense be okay. Right. And so maybe, this sometimes there's little wrinkles that are tossed into the middle of your season that causes your team to kind of turn the corner. So maybe this could be it. But ultimately, y'all, my confidence isn't high in Cooper Rush until I'm proven otherwise. Like I said on Twitter, I much randomly have Ben DiNucci out there because at least it'll be funny tonight, right? At least Ben can give us something to laugh at. He's going to do a couple sidearm throws, something like that. But a lot of Cowboys fans forget how frustrated y'all was in preseason. Y'all was frustrated. I remembered me, Nick, Spoonie, Mariella, we were doing live shows during the preseason games, like same old offense. We can't score. And then we get Dak Prescott out there and we put up 40 points. The Instagram filter. So keep the questions coming. Like I said, call the phone line if you want to chime in, man. Like I said, this is about the fans. I want to see how are y'all feeling though? This is how I feel. I feel like if Dak plays, we are going to win this game. I feel like if he's out and it's Cooper Rush, it's going to be an uphill battle and it's going to have to be done through the run game. But let me know how y'all feeling, man. Dwayne Wright says Double G came close with the Steelers game. He would have won the Eagles game, but I hope Rush proves us all wrong. Think I'd rather have RG3 as exactly but think about this. Even with Garrett Gilbert has had some NFL starts before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he was under Bill Belichick. He was on, so he's been raised under Tom Brady. So he kind of had something to him that remains to be unseen. With Cooper Rush, we've seen Cooper Rush as a backup. Now I know all the Dak haters, Cooper Rush was like their savior, right? But Cooper Rush hasn't shown me anything to make me believe, all right, he got this. He's good. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think about this. Even though we're playing the Vikings, their defense is solid. Their front four is solid. So, I just don't see how we get this done without Cooper Rush. The only way that we get this done is that Zeke and Pollard, smash and dash, is going to have a lights out performance and really keep things off balance for the Vikings defense. But I know if they see Cooper Rush out there starting, they are going to come forward and make Cooper Rush beat them. Now, granted, we do have wide receivers that are more than capable of just getting open and making things happen and making the windows a lot bigger for your backup quarterback, but that's what they're going to do. They're probably going to shift to more of a cover one approach, maybe play a little bit tougher man, press up on Coop, press up on CD, and make Cooper Rush beat them. And rightfully so, but not let Zeke and Pollard dominate the game, because if Cooper Rush is the quarterback, that's what we're going to do. Now, let's switch to the opposite side of the ball. Let's talk about the defense. And I said this earlier this week, and I feel like, I feel like the Vikings are the first team that can give us a taste of our own medicine, right? And what do I mean by give us a taste of our own medicine, right? I feel like when it comes to the Vikings, they give us a more of a balanced approach where they can use it by air or by land. They have Dalvin Cook. You guys know Dalvin Cook is one of my favorite running backs, Florida State. They also have Madison, right? So they have a running back duo, and they also have the wide receivers of Thielen and also Jefferson, which can be a tough matchup for our corners. And so what we have to do to really win this game and limit their offense, one, we have to strike first. We strike first. If we put points up on the board and make them one-dimensional where they have to abandon the run, that works in our favor, all right? But let's say, for instance, that approach is not going to happen because Dak Prescott is not going to be out. What do we have to do? We have to stop the run game. The run game, when it comes to the Vikings, that's the head. That's the head that steers everything, right? The straw that steers the cup. We have to stop Dalvin Cook, and we also have to stop Madison. We cannot let them get into momentum. And when I say give us a taste of our own medicine, right? Think about it. We really haven't been tested in the run game until 2 weeks ago when Bill Belichick really started to do that. So us as Cowboys fans, we have just been assuming that our run defense has improved. We won't really see that until we see it tonight, because I can guarantee you they are going to come out running the ball heavily, right? And if they are able to do that, it's going to be a long night, because what you then allow, Kirk Cousins to use the bootlegs, right? You allow him to use the play action. You allow him to take the underneath, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to open things up for Kirk Cousins. And the one thing when it comes to Kirk Cousins, and we are familiar with Captain Kirk, we cannot allow him to get comfortable. If Kirk Cousins is able to get comfortable, it could be a long night. So we got to send pressure. We got to send Randy Gregory. I think Dorrance Armstrong is going to be back tonight, y'all. So that's going to give us a boost. We got to send Micah. Like, we got to make Kirk Cousins extremely uncomfortable in that pocket, because we all know Kirk's going to give us one. With Diggs, he might give us two, right? We have to make him uncomfortable in that pocket. But if we're able to allow Dalvin Cook to get moving, taking these little short passes and getting the first down and moving the chains and doing different things, because even Kirk Cousins isn't Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray. He'll use his legs. He'll, on those 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 4s when nothing is there, he'll go out and scramble up inside the pocket and get the first down and move the chains. And so he's sneaky, right? We can't allow him to get comfortable. So defensively, I feel like this is going to be the game that I'm excited about, to really sit back and see, all right, is our defense going to be what we think it is? Because I feel like with our defensive talent, just being better than last year, y'all, isn't good enough, right? And just, my guy Robert says Armstrong is listed as questionable. Yeah, okay, so questionable. So I think it's still up in the air with Armstrong. Also, I don't think Tristan Hill's going to give it a go. I think we are going to get Kelvin Joseph. Now, I've been hearing conflicting things. He might be out there in some different packages as far as the corner concerned. But from what I heard from like Mike McCarthy, it sounds like he is going to be primarily special teams and kind of work his way up. But I know a lot of fans, self-included, are excited to see Kelvin Joseph, our second-round pick, out there on the field finally coming off of IR. But yeah, going back to Kirk Cousins, we have to make him uncomfortable, but we have to stop the run. And their offensive line is pretty poor, right? So I feel like if we're going to attack any area of focus, it's going to be in the trenches in their offensive line, but we cannot allow Dalvin Cook and Madison to get rolling, because if that happens and they're able to run for 4 to 5 yards a clip, get Kirk Cousins comfortable when he's able to hit Thielen and hit Jefferson, it could be a long night for our defense, and especially if Dak isn't out there where we can play the quick strike. Because with Dak in our offense, y'all, even if the team scores, like, okay, cool, you score, whatever, we'll come right back and score. But if you gotta kind of play one of these gritty matchups where we have to run the ball and kind of be limited offensively, then we have to really contain their defense and really not allow them to get into a rhythm, because if so, it might be a long night. Fridas Johnson Tatum says, we got it, let's go Dallas. I feel like we do. Depending on our quarterback situation. So, it is what it is. Chris Humphrey says Trayvon will have to step up in the secondary. Yeah, because not only, like, we've been heavily beating our chest for Diggs, also for Anthony Brown, who's played decent as well. All right, now you both have killers. You both have, like, that's the point. And that's why I said it. They're going to give us a taste of their own medicine. because they can run the ball, but they have killers in that wide receiver core. That Anthony Brown, I know you've been great in score and man-to-man defense and been top 3 ranked across the NFL. All right, let's see it. Trayvon Diggs, I know you've been kind of playing your trail techniques and you've been turning the ball over at a rapid clip, getting turnover after turnover. All right, don't guess wrong versus Thielen. Don't guess wrong versus Jefferson, because it could be lights out, man. So, they are going to be tested. Like I said, from a fan perspective, I'm really excited to see this defensive matchup versus this offense, because I feel like if this defense really fares well versus the Vikings tonight, then we can say, okay, man, when we get Gallimore back, when we get, when we get D-Law back and some of these other players back, it's really going to be on. But if we're starting to get clipped up, man, it is what it is. But, I feel like the Cowboys are going to play well tonight. But even with Dak playing, y'all, to be honest with you, I know how some Cowboys fans are. Like, Tuck, you got to score on 40. You're not a Cowboy. Even with Dak playing, no calf, I had the Cowboys win this game, 31-28. That's where I was at with it. I feel like it's going to be a tough, gritty matchup because the Vikings home game, we all know the Vikings have that skull chant, which I personally love it, man. They're like, skull, and doing all that. So they're going to be fired up to play. It's Halloween, home game, prime time, Sunday Night Football, Dallas Cowboys coming to your... Everson Griffin's going to be all charged up. So the Vikings are going to come to play, especially after how we did them last year. So I feel like it's going to be a back and forth matchup. But I feel like with Dak, we still have the upper hand. Without Dak, I don't know. So like I said, it remains to be unseen, man. But it is what it is. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, Tuck, let's not risk Dak, because Dak is the one thing that can really put this season in a disarray. Things could change quickly if something was to happen with Dak, right? So I understand where some of the fans are coming back because they're cautious, right? They want to bubble wrap him, rest. Bubble wrap him and rest. But, man, like I said, every game's important, man. We have 17 games. We still got games to win. We're only 5-6. We're only 6 games into this, right? We got a lot of football left. No more bye weeks, no more breaks. So every little game is going to be important right now. So if Dak can go, I want Dak out there on the field. Robert says, I think we got it regardless of who's under center. It may be a bit iffy with Rush, but I believe in this defense. Yeah. So, like I said, if it's going to happen, defense is really going to have to put this team and turn the corner and really help us get this victory if Dak is not playing. They cannot play how they did versus the Patriots and so on. We cannot, say it this way, we cannot give up 30 plus points tonight and win this game without Dak Prescott. It's going to have to be a gritty, 21-17 type game, but we can't let them score 30 points. I think we're going to just rally back, right, without Dak Prescott. Now, if Dak is out there, okay, cool, all bets are off. But if Cooper Rush is going to be your starting quarterback, we need the defense to rally, but which is okay because it's time for the defense to put some on their tab. The run game can put some on their tab. Dak doesn't have to do everything, but just by having the pure threat of Dak out there on the field, it changes a lot, man. It changes a lot. So, it remains to be unseen. But like I said, having Cooper Rush, someone's a little bit stagnant with making his decisions, a little bit hesitant with making his decisions, that can impact your offensive line because half a second, another second of holding the ball could turn to sacks, can turn to turnovers, it can turn to a variety of different things. And so we are really going to be tested to see what this team looks like. But in some cases, it makes your team play a lot better without having Dak Prescott back there, which could also boost confidence as well. Like if we do go into the Vikings and win this game without Dak, it's going to make this team feel like, all right, well, we're somebody too, right? I know Dak is the Instagram filter, but we're somebody too, and it can boost their confidence, man. Let's see, defense and offense, let's go, babies. Yep, I agree. It's going to have to be a full team effort without Dak Prescott tonight if he's not going to go, like I said. Said a lot of quick throws, lots of crossing routes and screens. Yep. Quick throws, get the ball out of his hands, get him in motion, get the ball into our weapons' hands, right? And that's what we kind of failed to do last year when Dak was out. Just get the ball in CeeDee Lamb's hands. Just get the ball in Amari Cooper's hand and let them do their thing, right? Just get the ball in Tony Pollard's hands. Like, so Cooper Rush, that's all you really have to do is just get the ball in their hands and get the hell out the way, right? But it's not going to be the same offense that we're accustomed to. But if he can do that, and Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy can scheme ways to get our playmakers in space, then you let CeeDee Lamb do what CeeDee Lamb does best. You let Amari Cooper do what he does best. You let Zeke does what he does. Dalton Schultz. The list goes on and on and on, right? But Cooper Rush has to get it there first. So, you know, it's definitely going to be interesting. But, you know, I'm not going to feel like I feel like with this Cowboys team, Mike McCarthy, and this is flowers for Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn, I feel like we're always going to be competitive. I feel like we're going to be competitive, but to actually say that we're going to win this game without Cooper Rush, it would be a far stretch for me. And y'all know me, everyone who watches my channel from day one, I pride myself on being honest, man. I can't be a Kool-Aid sipper and be like, guys, no worries. No worries. Cooper Rush has never played in an NFL game before. It's fine. We got this. Relax. That's just not what we do here. And I know you guys don't come to my content for me to do that. So like I'm saying, if Dak is playing, all right, let's roll. Let's go. We got this. If Cooper Rush is playing, you know, it is what it is, man. So, you know, I think that, you know, we're going to have to wait when it comes to this Dak Prescott situation. And we're probably not going to know until probably 30 minutes, 40 minutes prior to game time when he's doing his pregame warm-up, going to the pregame, and they say, how do you feel? Now, of course, Dak's going to be like, I feel good. I feel great, right? But they're going to be watching him closely, be like, nah, you don't. You're lying. You're lying. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting. We're not going to know till tonight, but it is what it is. Robert says, have you heard anything about the Collins situation? We're putting him at guard. He's still a backup. So let's talk about that. So I know that we spoke about that on Tuesday, I believe, right? When it comes to this Lyle Collins situation, what's up, my guy, Mike? When it comes to this Lyle Collins situation, guys, we have to understand, I don't understand what's going on behind the scenes. And when I say behind the scenes, it feels like a doghouse situation, right? Lyle has done something to someone to upset someone, and he's paying the price for it. Because we explain this. There's no way that you can sit and tell me, pound for pound, right tackle for right tackle, Terrence Steele is a better right tackle than Lyle Collins. It doesn't even make sense. Now, I know the whole theory was this best five situation we talked about. Stephen Jones, and salute to my guy, Professor O, he came out and posted a clip. Stephen Jones said, oh no, Lyle Collins is not starting at left guard. He's just a backup left guard and gives us flexibility. So I repeat. He said, Stephen Jones said Lyle Collins isn't going to start at left guard. He is just our breaking, in case of emergency, break the glass situation in case we need flexibility at left guard. So if Lyle Collins isn't starting at left guard, Lyle Collins needs to be starting somewhere, and it has to be the right tackle position. Terrence Steele, y'all. Terrence Steele. Let me get this up for y'all. Hold on. Let me get this queued up for y'all. Let's see here. Actually, I don't think I have it. There we go. Terrence Steele has played decent as a backup right tackle. Terrence Steele has done everything that we asked him to do as a backup right tackle. Hats off to Terrence Steele. But let's not act in any case of imagination that Terrence Steele has dominated. That's the difference. Do you want a decent right tackle or do you want a dominating right tackle? Lyle Collins, though he has some issues and been kind of going through some things, he is a dominating right tackle. He's able to dominate the game. Terrence Steele, he's able to be decent. You gotta chip his way. You gotta have some extra tight ends. You gotta have some help. You gotta get rid of the ball quick. You gotta do some things, and Terrence Steele will be decent. He doesn't dominate where you don't have to worry like you have when you have Lyle Collins out there. And so you got to kind of ask your question, what's the why? What is the why? And we don't know what's the true why. Is it money related? Is it money? Is it contract related? Did Lyle do something? Is there going to be moves on the way? We do not know. But just from a pure football perspective, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to anyone who really thinks that Lyle Collins should not be starting for the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, right? Because here's what Mike McCarthy said, right? And I'm going to debunk these whole theories. Continuity. Okay, cool. The offensive line has been playing decent, right? But go back to week 1 when we played the Bucs, and everybody was so fearful of how the Bucs, they're front four, right? You had Vita Vea, you had Jason PP, you had Ndamukong Suh, and this goes on and on, right? Our offensive line played well versus the Bucs. Who was on our offensive line on that right side? You had Connor McGovern, you had Lyle Collins, right? Now, when Zach Martin came back from COVID, did we say, nah, we want to keep the continuity of our offensive line, right? We don't want to disrupt. We want to keep the momentum that we have from the Bucs and take that into the chart. No, we say, hell no. Connor McGovern, thank you for your services. You did great. But it's Zach Martin, bro. Zach Martin's getting his job back. Simple. It should be that same situation when it comes to Terrence Steele and Lyle Collins. Terrence Steele, you did decent. You did your job. Kudos to you, young man. All right, but we're going right back to Lyle Collins because he's our starting right tackle. Let's flip it. Let's flip it to the left side, right? Let's say that Tyron Smith has been out for 5 games with whatever. You know, if Ty Smith has been out with 5 games and Ty Nsekhe has played decent, you think when Tyron Smith was healthy and able to come back, they'd be like, nah, we're going to roll with Ty Nsekhe? Heck no. You're going to put Tyron Smith out there because he's far better. He's far superior. And so that's the thing, is like, what is it really going on? If you're not going to move Lyle to left guard like some of the people were saying, that was the idea, the best 5, then you cannot just have Lyle standing on the sideline wearing his gold chain with his helmet off. You can't, because he is clearly, y'all, leaps and bounds better than Terrence Steele. It's a huge fall off. I know a lot of you guys don't like Connor Williams for whatever reason. Connor Williams is having his best season as a Dallas Cowboy. Connor Williams is not the issue. Tyler Biadasz is the issue, which nobody wants to address. So, you know, from that standpoint, as far as the right tackle position is concerned, Lyle Collins needs to be out there, but we'll sit back and see tonight. But like I said, if Dak isn't playing and you have Cooper Rush out there, you have Terrence Steele, who might be, you know, little, you know, he sometimes he's within this kind of range of giving the sack up, giving the big plays, you know. We'll see if he's truly that guy that we can move on and he's going to be the starting right tackle for the foreseeable future. But honestly, y'all, it doesn't make sense to me, which leads me to believe it has to be a contract situation. There's some money type of thing going involved, or Lyle Collins clearly said something and disrupted someone and he's in the doghouse for real, and they're just going to kind of sit him. Now, the doghouse idea does not make sense to me, and my guy Rome mentioned this the other night. What happened shortly during the bye week, right? DeMonte KZ got pulled over for sipping and swerving. So is there a doghouse for that? Is DeMonte KZ going to be moved out of the roster tonight and you're going to have Malik Hooker starting at free safety? I don't think that's the case. And so what did Lyle Collins really do to deserve this treatment? We don't know, man. But if it's up to me, I want to see what our starting offensive line looks like. Just for one game. If we get Lyle out there, y'all, and like, all right, well, maybe we look better with Terrence. Okay, then you can always go back to Terrence, right? But you want to see what this offensive line can really look like with your starters, and Lyle Collins is your starting right tackle. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's see, Mr. Mark 42 says 1 game is a big difference from 5, though. Yeah, but that 1 game, he's played a lot better talent versus Tampa than we've seen over these course of 4 to 5 games. So, you know, and that's where it was. And I feel like when it comes to Terrence, y'all, we set the measuring stick so low, he just, you know, he didn't get Dak killed. Because we were all freaking out. Me personally, I was like, man, why can't we just move Zach Martin to right tackle and then plug Connor McGovern's back at right guard and go from there, right? So since Terrence Steele didn't allow Dak to die, we're like, oh, we did a great job, right? But there's a difference between this and off the charts, which is Lyle Collins, man. We got a caller, man. Let's go here. Let's see here. Let me get this set up. They say, go ahead, call in, man. These Sunday games lineups, they're kind of boring, y'all. So we're going to chop it up for a little bit. I'll keep y'all for a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to let y'all go because I know it's Halloween, trick or treat and all that. Let's see here. Hey, caller, state your name and where you're from.
Jay Tuck, what's up, man? It's Mike Tag.
Hey, what's going on, Mike? What's going on, my guy? Man. The hype is in the building, man. What's going on?
I'm not, man. Just enjoying this weather, sitting maybe grill some steaks, watch some football, and hopefully see the Cowboys take it home tonight. You know?
I'm so jealous, man, because you got that Florida Tampa weather, man. I got hoodie, Kansas City. It's like 44 degrees. It's getting cold and grimy and dark early, man. You're sitting out there grilling and chilling, man. So let me get your thoughts, Mike. How are you feeling about tonight's matchup?
Well, I mean, I just really, Dak is going to be the key. So let's say he doesn't go. The thing I hear, McCarthy said it, Jerry said it. They said with Cooper Rush, the offense doesn't change. They can run every play. They can do everything. So I'm going to wait and see if that's going to be a fact. We're going to know within, 2 series to see what they got. Mm-hmm. I think we've got enough talent on offense to help them out. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to hit it with Zeke and hit it with Pollard hard, but I think CD and Amari, they'll be able to do their thing. I don't think Minnesota's secondary is that great. Mm-hmm. The question is, if we get in a shootout, then I think we're going to be in trouble.
Right,
we're going to have to win it dirty if we're going to win without Dak.
Right. I 1,000% agree. We can't go out into a shootout where we're going blow for blow with the Vikings. Like, it's going to have to be a dirty, grimy game, which means our defense is going to have to step up and play a lot better and not allow them to put up those points. Because, like I said, if we get in the 30s, I don't think Cooper Rush got 30 in him. He got 21, 24 maybe, but 30, no. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it remains to be unseen, man, with this Dak situation, but we've got to kind of just hold tight and figure it out. So let me ask you this, Mike. Where do you stand? Do you think that Dak should play, even if, let's say Dak is 75%? Do you want to see a 75% Dak out there tonight, or would you rather see 100% Dak next week versus the Broncos?
Well, I think this game's more important than next week because it's an NFC game. And, if you're thinking about playoffs and tiebreakers and things like that, if we're, I'd rather have them for this week than next week, even though I'm going next week.
Yeah, I know. Selfishly,
when I'm flying out there. But.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But I think it's I don't want them to play if there's a chance it can get worse. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that worries me because, we've seen what happened, without Dak, and obviously we lost a lot of the guys last year. But I mean, he's the man. He's the man leading the team, and I don't want him out 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks because he played, just trying to give it a go.
Right.
I want to make sure he's, the training staff, from everything I say, you probably know more than me, but everything I hear, the training staff's top notch, and they've always, they're always going to do the right thing. So they may, even though he wants to play, they may end up holding him back anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that Dak gets that message where it's like, all right, we trust you, but you have to be honest with us and let us know, are you in pain? And the fact that Mike McCarthy came out and said the other day, I think it was Friday, like there was some soreness, which let me know that Dak wasn't completely transparent about the injuries. Like, all right, I'm a little sore, versus saying, no, I'm good, man. Everything's good. Let's go. But just kind of reading Dak and how things are going with him now. I know he had the tragedy with the loss of his grandmother, but watching him get on the plane, watching how he's been kind of interacting, he doesn't look like a person who's going to be not playing Sunday. So,
yeah,
so it's, but we need him out there.
No, I agree, man. Everything looks, you'd think he'd have a boot or you think he'd have something. You think they would be cautious with him walking around. But, he was at a Halloween party, right? Wasn't there pictures there? And
yeah, he was holding Natalie in the air on one foot. He went to a country concert and was wearing cowboy boots. And so, you would think that if there was something serious going on, he would be a little bit more cautious. But like I said, with these Cavs, man, it's on its own timeline. Because like I said, as soon as I jumped to hit that damn spider, man, it felt like someone just shot me in the back of of my leg. So you just never know. I mean, if he has to do a jump throw or whatever it might be. And so, but he said that he's tested it and he went 100% and he felt good. So that's a refreshing sign.
Yeah. Well, I'm holding out hope, man. I'm gonna sit back and hold out hope. But I just wanted to call in. Obviously, I always appreciate your show. You always bring it. So,
oh yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, go ahead and post your channel in the chat, man, so everyone can find the hype, man. And salute to everything you're doing, man. And let's get this Cowboys victory one way or another.
We'll get it, man. I'll see you next week at AT&T too.
All right, man. Let's do it.
All right.
Thanks,
All right,
Mike.
see you, bro. Take care, man. All right, bye.
All right, the hype man, Mike Tag calling in, man. Let's get to the questions. Let's see here. Let's see here. Mike says, I believe they don't want to interrupt the flow on this line unless they see something tonight. Yeah, but like I said, even though you do need continuity amongst your offensive line, you need things kind of be in sync because it's a chain, right? We all understand that. You have your strongest link out there on the sideline. It doesn't make sense. See, Dwayne Wright says, is Bossman going to get playtime tonight? If he does, do you think they leave him in the game if it gets out of hand with Rush? Let him get more playing time. Let's go Cowboys. Yeah, I think so. Like I said, now here's what I want to say about Kelvin Joseph. So let me kind of back up, right? A lot of us have been excited to see Kelvin Joseph. We thought that he was going to be the cornerback 2, opposite side of Diggs, right? We thought he was going to take Diggs or Anthony Brown's spot. We all know it didn't happen. Anthony Brown's played decent. So it seems like Jordan Lewis isn't coming off the field. Anthony Brown isn't coming on the field. And of course, Diggs isn't coming on the field. So it's going to be maybe in dime situations, maybe different packages where you might see, oh boy, I see the name coming in. You might see Kelvin Joseph coming in. But it seemed like Mike McCarthy said it's primarily going to be special teams tonight. And Mike McCarthy said something the other day that kind of triggered me a little differently when it comes to Kelvin Joseph. He says Kelvin Joseph has to earn it in practice, on special teams, but also the classroom, right? And when he said classroom, it's like, why are we classroom? So it sounds like maybe there's something where Kelvin Joseph isn't grasping the defensive concepts as of right now. For your head coach to come out and say he has to do better in the classroom and say that publicly, it kind of let me know that Kelvin Joseph is in an uphill battle, so I wouldn't expect to see him out there playing any meaningful reps as far as the cornerback is concerned. Now, if something's happened, like you said, Dwayne, we're getting dog walk, they might pull Diggs, they might pull AB and put Kelvin Joseph out there, which I believe every rep's going to help him because I think that he's going to be critical for our long-term success. But as of right now, special teams and maybe a few different packages here or there tonight for Kelvin Joseph. We have a caller, y'all, on the line. Yeah, here he goes, man. Let's see here. Yeah, caller, man. State your name, where you're from. What do you got to say, man?
First of all, you know what this is.
Yeah, I know exactly who this is.
It's act like going like that.
Hey, well, for everyone in the chat, man, we have the honorable Darren Smith on the line, man. He covers the Chiefs, man. He does great Chiefs coverage here in Kansas City. And to be honest with y'all, Darren is my Mr. Miyagi, man. He was one of the guys who kind of saw something in me, took me under the wing, molded me, helped me kind of get to this level where I'm at right now. So I'm always giving flowers to Darren Smith. He just happens to cover the wrong team, man. So what do you got to say, my guy?
Hey, well, first of all, man, keep doing a great job, man. I love what you're doing, man. You know I give you grief because that's just what we do,
right,
with one another. And I tell you, dude, before I get into questions for you, man, I was thinking, you know, we talked about before the season how it looked like, you know, when the Cowboys are going to come to town, it might be an L for them. Now the other way around, man. I'm not feeling so good about this game.
Right.
And I think you're going to be giving me the business. So can't wait to have you on, man, during the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun week.
I definitely want to make sure that, I definitely want to make sure that, you know, so I get you on the show and stuff that week, man, so we can talk more in depth because it is going to be a big game for both teams, regardless of how it turns out, even beforehand. But I want to ask what the latest was. I kind of woke up late this morning, so I didn't get a chance to see any of the football shows. But what's the latest on Dak Prescott playing in tonight's game?
Yeah, it sounds like from what we're hearing, it's going to be a game time decision. From the people I spoke to last night, it sounds like Dak is going to try to give it a go. Like, I feel like from what they've seen in practice, what they've seen from training, everything looks good. But I feel like if he goes out there, Darren, and he's his pregame workouts, and they see some type of laboring or there's some type of soreness, they might just pull the plug and be like, all right, he's not going to play. But like I said, if I had to bet money on it, I would say for Dak to give it a go tonight. Now, how limited will he be remains to be unseen. But everyone I've spoken to said, like, man, he looked good in practice. I mean, I didn't see him like limping around or, walking gently on that calf, but it just feels like it's going to be a game time decision. Now, we know the Cowboys and Mike McCarthy kind of like to play the secret agent type thing where they don't want to like release a lot of different things, but it maybe catch the Vikings off guard. But I'm like, from the Vikings standpoint, they're going to prepare for a Dak Prescott Cowboys regardless and just adjusting the game. So I'm not sure what competitive advantage it really provides for us, but if I had to say, I would probably expect to see Dak Prescott give it a go tonight. That's where I'm at with it as of right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest, man, and I'm just thinking that I'm just looking at some 30,000 feet above, and for people to know, I actually am a Cowboys fan. I grew up a Cowboys fan. I know my brother. I know you know my brother. So we're big Cowboys fans. But look, man, after 25 years of losing, they kind of are not making the playoffs and Super Bowl championships. It starts to eat away at you. And you and I both talked, I think, back in 2016 when Dak and Zeke were rookies. I thought that was the best time for them to actually get to the Super Bowl, because I thought right there would have been a nice Chiefs Cowboys preview at that time, or at least in 2018 as well. I will say this, man. It's hard to try to take things by chance, but if Dak doesn't play tonight, I'm not feeling good about the chances of winning. But also, the NFC is so much more competitive than the AFC. I mean, granted, it was fluid in the AFC, but because there's so many teams with only one loss, and granted, the Cowboys, they're probably stuck in the number 4 position at the moment just because of the division that they're in. But when you look at teams that, when you look at the teams that are above them, the Bucks, the Cardinals, the Packers, the Cowboys can't afford to lose any game or try to take any games off, so to speak, with their quarterback and like, well, we can just use it next week. Well, look, we know tomorrow's not promised to us. Next week, a win is not guaranteed because of what the NFL is. And a lot of people didn't expect Cowboys to be 5-1 right now. They could have obviously potentially been 7-0. I'm sorry, 6-0 right now. Had the game against the Bucks bounced another way. So, trying to, look, to me, I don't want to think that Dak is injury prone or he's Mr. Glass where he's breakable all the time, where the slightest little thing, goes to code DEFCON 5 or something when it relates to Dak. Dak Prescott has a hangnail where we got to go get an MRI. Dak Prescott has a headache. Let's go get an MRI. He needs to play, and then also, they're having such a good time where everything is clicking right now, offensively, defensively, that any little thing that any little shake from the tree where apples fall off. I mean, that's a situation that you don't want to have happen, because you got a lot going for you right now, and the momentum. CeeDee Lamb playing well, obviously Zeke and Pollard are playing well, and of course they get the tight ends involved with that, with that 13 personnel that they run. So to me, just my opinion, I think Dak should play. I don't like the whole cloak and dagger stuff, because again, it's not going to matter, because Minnesota's preparing either way, and Minnesota's also a playoff team. If the playoffs were to start today, they would actually probably, they would be in the playoffs. They'd be the number 17. So
exactly.
Why would you give them any hope that if they were to actually come to AT&T Stadium, that they could beat you, even though this game was on the road for the Cowboys? So that's just my opinion. I think Dak did play. I hope he does play. If he does play, I do think the Cowboys win, and I think they would win convincingly. Right.
And I'm right along with everything that you said, D. It's like you can't be overly cautious, but I feel like, and I said this offseason, man, the Cowboys paid for a brand new iPhone, but they didn't put a case on it yet. And by not putting a case on it, what I'm saying is that they don't have a backup quarterback, so that's why they have to be so cautious and so, tedious when it comes to every little thing when it comes to Dak, because They know they don't have a competent quarterback back there, but it'd be a lot different if this was last year. Like I said, if this was last year, Dak has a calf injury. Okay, sit him out. We'll roll with Andy Dalton. We'll be perfectly fine. But we know that without having a quarterback back there, you don't know. You don't know if you can win this game versus the Vikings. You don't know if you can win versus the Broncos next week. And like you said, it could disrupt things where you allow your team to get out of a momentum. Because you think about it from the standpoint, of course, players, they're always going to say the right thing. Like, oh, Cooper Rush looked great in practice today. He's out there playing well. When they go out and have conversations at the dinner table and different things in group chats, they're probably like, bro, I mean, I'm saying, like, they talk differently. And so that type of sentiment from the mentality of your team, what players can play and what players can't play. When you're down by 4, it's the fourth quarter, game on the line, and you have Patrick Mahomes or you have Dak Prescott, you are confident we're about to drive down this field and we're going to score and we're going to win this game. When it's Cooper Rush, I'm just like, man, bro, what y'all getting into tonight? And so you can't allow things to disrupt. I feel like we're going to be competitive regardless, but I'm talking about winning this game. And like you said, we cannot allow to get out of a rhythm because in the NFC, teams are constantly winning. It's very competitive in our division. So, we just have to hold tight, man. But we're definitely going to talk, my guy, for Kansas City. Are you going to be there Monday? Because I'm going to be there tomorrow night.
Come on, man. Come on.
Oh yeah. That's dumb. Well, I'm saying, he's gonna be in the press box at the Arrowhead, getting all the glitz and the glamour. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be out there tonight or tomorrow night, man, to make sure y'all finish the job when it comes to beating them damn Giants, man. I'm gonna come make sure I get things done myself, man. But we definitely gonna chop it up, especially Chiefs week, my guy. Keep doing your thing. Like, I appreciate all the support, man, and everything you've given me, bro.
Yeah, and just to give you a heads up, man, I'm hoping when we do when it's the week of the Cowboys, I want to get our guy from Ohio on the show, Big James. I want to do a big podcast with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So we can just go all out and give that particular game the just due that it is, because it's going to be America's game of the week.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
Cowboys. It's going. Yeah, so we want to put all the Super Bowl coverage.
Right. Yeah, exactly, man. We definitely gonna do it big, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you, my guy. Keep doing your thing, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, man. Do the damn thing. All
right, man. Thanks. Honorable Darren Smith calling in. Like I said, man, he does great coverage with the Kansas City Chiefs, man. So I love Darren because Darren has always taught me to remain uncompromised and ask the tough questions. So he's been asking the tough questions for the Chiefs, man, about what the hell is really going on. They didn't even take it too lightly to my guy, Darren Smith, man. So salute to Darren. Skeptical fan says Dak is getting too injury prone. I don't want to say it's injury prone, bro. Like, I mean, if you go through this course of a season, there's always going to be little things that's lingering with any player, right? You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to say he's injury prone. It's just like he had wear and tear. He's had wear and tear before. He had it in 2019 with the shoulder, right? But it's just how long is it actually going to hold him and limit him? That's the difference. So I don't want to call Dak injury prone. I mean, if you probably check Pat Mahomes, something's sore on Pat Mahomes right now. Something's sore on Lamar Jackson right now, bro. So, it just is what it is. My guy Michael says, Cowboy up, brother and sisters, love the word to have to get back with you and listen, have the kids. DC for life, Cowboys 35-21, go Cowboys, man. Hey, I appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate all your support. Let's see, what is Dak has been injured all year, shoulder than his calf, and yeah, we're not doing all that, man. We're not doing all that, man. So Dak is not injury prone, man. He's probably been carrying a lot of dead weight, man. So that's gonna definitely hold you down a little bit, man. Like I said, I don't want to keep y'all all day because y'all got trick or treating to do. I don't know. I might be lazy, y'all. To be honest with y'all, I'm keeping it a buck because we family. I might put on my same damn costume I had on from last year. Just call it good, just put on my same costume from last year and it is what it is, man. But I know a lot of people got trick or treating to do and things to do, trunk or treating. So I want everyone to be safe tonight when you're taking kids around the neighborhood. But get it done early, right? Get it done early. Hey, tell your kids, 6 o'clock, as soon as the sun comes down, go. Because at 7 o'clock, we back in the house, man. So we can't be out there all day night. 6 o'clock, boom, go get your candy. Let's go back in the house, man. But I gotta go get some candy because my neighborhood, we have thousands of kids. Like I live right by 2 schools, man. So they're gonna be knocking on my doorbell. So I gotta get some type of candy, man. Go get some type of costume, at least a mask or something, man. But you know, I'm definitely gonna enjoy myself for Sunday Night Football. Like I said, I might just put a table out on my porch, take it as it is, and go. Stay away, don't ring my doorbell, and let me watch this game, man. But it's your boy Jay Tuck, man. I want everybody to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. I appreciate all the support. Like I said on Twitter, we are now 6,000 strong. For everyone following me on Twitter, man, so I appreciate all your support. I appreciate everyone who's commenting and subscribing to the channel, who calls in, who follow me on Facebook. I know Facebook or Meta, wherever we're calling it now, has been having some issues. Cowboys fans on TikTok, man, y'all been riding with your boy like crazy. I do not know what the hell I'm doing on TikTok, so bear with me. Y'all like TikTok Cowboys fans, like, you should do this, you should do that. I'm like, listen, I'm still learning, right? But I got teenagers now, so they're gonna teach me how to use TikTok, Instagram, all that fun stuff, man. And like I said, cowboysfansonly.com. I appreciate all support, man. I cannot do this without you guys. I will be at every Cowboys game in November. So whether it's at home at AT&T or it's here in Kansas City, we are having a huge tailgate here in Kansas City. So if you're coming to the game, definitely let me know, because I want to meet a lot of the CFO gang. If you're going to be out there in Denver, Denver, I'll be out there versus the Falcons. I'll be out there. Now I'll say this. I've been kind of limiting my tailgating because those Texas allergies, they've been punching me in the face, bro. I don't know what the hell it is, but like by halftime, like I'm sneezing, my eyes are like bloodshot red because I'll be out there outside, all that dust flying around and everything. So I might be tailgating a little bit, but for the most part, I might be inside, man. But if you're going to be at the games, man, definitely stop by, holler at me, interact, man, because that's the part I enjoy the most, man. So I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and go Cowboys. And Dak Prescott, if you can play tonight, please play tonight, because I do not want to sit back and spend my Sunday night watching Cooper Rush, man. Everybody